I can't stop thinking about the time Denzel Washington put a panel of Hollywood's elite back in their place with a reality check about their ego and hubris. Subscribe to Elites Exposed for more, and just take a look at this.
What was your first job, or what was your worst job?
I was a garbage man, like Troy.
Huh.
You get 8 hours worth of work, but you can do it in 3. So you can go home as soon as you finish. Post office, you get 3 hours worth of work and you make it last 8. I did both. I like being a garbage man better. But they weren't bad jobs. It's like, people say, oh, the difficulty of making a movie. I'm like, send your son to Iraq. That's difficult. It's just a movie. It's like, relax. I don't play that precious nonsense. Oh, we're moving over. Get out of here. You know, your son got shot in the face. That's difficult. Making a movie is a luxury. It's a gift. It's an opportunity, and most importantly, it's a gift. Obviously, everybody here is talented enough to do that, but don't get it twisted. It's just a movie. It ain't that big a deal.
And if that reality check is coming from the absolute pinnacle of Hollywood success that Denzel Washington has seen for over 4 decades, you better take him seriously. Because remember, I don't think I can even count on one hand the number of A-list celebrities that have still unapologetically held on to their religious or even just moral convictions in the flashy, secular, and pretty unholy world of Hollywood. And that alone is worth my respect. Coming from very humble beginnings, Denzel Washington is the case of a man born in the home of a respected pastor, raised by an artistic mother, and forged by the heat and pressure of the movie business. That's the background you need to tell an industry you're wrong and be the lone voice from that industry proclaiming God as the ultimate North Star of his life.
Put God first. Put God first in everything you do. Everything that you think you see in me, everything that I've accomplished, everything that you think I have, and I have a few things, everything that I have is by the grace of God. I've been protected, I've been directed, I've been corrected. I've kept God in my life and it's kept me humble. I didn't always stick with him, but he always stuck with me. So stick with him in everything you do. If you think you want to do what you think I've done, then do what I've done.
I think this message to young students just starting out in their journey of life comes from understanding the slight tinge of hubris that every person has at that young age. He sees himself in those students and wants to play the same role in reorienting them toward God that his parents did for him. Denzel has spoken about his upbringing before, where he said, "We always started the day with prayer. There's all kinds of little miracles that you run into that you didn't anticipate. And that stems from the belief that it's God that's the ultimate arbiter of your life in every way." As Denzel's mother once said to him when he first broke out as a young and upcoming star, "Oh, you did it all by yourself? I'll tell you what you can do by yourself. Go outside and get a mop and bucket and clean these windows. You can do that by yourself, superstar." When that's the way your own family members keep your roots firm in a value structure, there's no limit to how far you can reach to the top. And that's what empowers you to withstand the pressure in an industry like Hollywood that wants you to conform and rebel in every way. Watch this incredible story from when Denzel Washington rejected a movie in 1986 for its negative portrayal of African Americans.
I got a part in a movie in 1986. I called it The They Couldn't Kill. Oh. Yeah, he was supposed to be, he a white woman, and they tried to electrocute him, but it didn't work. And he became sort of a cult hero. No, not that one. That was the other awful one. But and then they tried to hang him, and they tried to do all this stuff. And I had a lot of training day in me. And there were some Jewish people in the audition, and I said, yeah. They said, no, it's funny. It's like they hang them and then they can't. I said, yeah, like you bring some Jewish people into a room and they think it's a shower, but it's gas. Oh. And they said, right. I said, right. That ain't funny. So to me, it wasn't funny about putting a rope around my MFN neck either. I made a point. The guy was like, who the hell was this little talking like this? He says, but I can tell you this. The first 2 or 3 or 4 films you do in this business will dictate how you're perceived in this business. Mm-hmm. So you make a decision. You know, he didn't tell me what to do, and I'll give him credit for that. And I turned it down, and 6 months later, I got Cry Freedom. and got an Oscar nomination.
And that's exactly the moral conviction Denzel Washington is a living testament to, as a brave outlier in a problematic world of Hollywood. Let me know what you think about him, and subscribe to Elites Exposed for more.